haven't heard the wave.
I clicked it.
Okay.
There.
All right. Oh, okay, gosh. I was just like, everyone knows what I'm doing.
Obligatory Mike Lane wave. That's how you know we're live. I should probably like reorient this.
I need to know if my sound. Can you guys hear it singing? Okay, good.
I can't hear you at all.
Full
You're a little light.
You're also roboting a little.
YouTube.
Why?
But other than that, it was perfect.
Oh,
And Rob.
YouTube.
Levels.
Okay.
Excellent.
Is this better for the richness and fullness of my voice? Or not? You can tell me if it's not.
Do you like 1 or 2?
It's
good.
See neither.
Fine. I like it. It's
Either?
perfect.
What's good? I don't understand.
What you're doing right now is good.
What is she doing?
I don't know what you're saying.
Who are you talking? With the full voice, you.
Oh,
You
She
asked the
sees
question
Macy's
and I was
waving on the
answering
screen.
while you were face palming.
6, 5, 4.
Wait.
Oh, God.
Wait.
I'm ready.
Now I'm ready.
No.
Okay.
Is
ready?
everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Stacy, are you ready?
Hell yeah, I was born ready.
25, 24.
All right. In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click.
Hey, you know what I just thought about?
What?
Check.
We don't do that anymore because we start it and then we clap, right?
No.
No?
That was just
Oh.
when there's a snack in my office.
Oh.
Wait, so
Is that
we
like-
don't
when you guys
clap?
try to make me clap.
Yeah. And then you.
That's
want
why you
power
tried
or
to make me clap,
something.
so we don't. Oh, it was the. I know
So
for
we
sure
scare
it
the
didn't
snakes
matter.
away.
Well, I'm glad I didn't interrupt you then, because that would have been real bad.
So I was
gonna
promised a
continue to
story of an
clap.
orangutan.
No, it's
Yes.
it's not a good story. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, that's fair. So I have a good story
About an orangutan?
Yay.
about a zoo.
Story time.
So I've been in this leadership thing for the past 9 months, and
Class?
we went on our final retreat. And
Leadership cult.
oh yeah, it's been a lot of leadership. Anyways, we go around the community. It was actually really great. You go around and you learn a lot about the community, and you connect with other leaders and stuff like that in the community. So we got to take a behind the scenes tour of the zoo. Y'all, all
That's
I was
exciting.
thinking was, "Ooh, that would be scary. Oh, that would be scary."
Oh,
my
is there a
God, can
zoo
you
on St.
imagine if-
Paxton?
Oh, there is now.
No.
Oh, no.
This was a mistake.
It was a lot of fun, and I found out that they ship in like these humongous frozen rats for the vultures and like different birds, like birds and shit to eat
So like from New
Wow.
York.
Ew.
anywhere. I guess I don't know, but anyways, there's like this whole little cottage industry for raising mice to freeze for zoo animals.
Oh my god. I so
Wow.
want to get a mice contract.
We're all wasting our lives.
Yeah.
In
That's
Mother
the dream
Russia,
right there.
frozen rats eat you.
Oh, wow.
Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Cthulhu and Friends. I am your game master, and I'm dropping dice everywhere. I don't know why I picked up a handful of dice before I started speaking. I apologize, and now that's over. Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Cthulhu and Friends. I am your game master, Veronica, and I play most of the townspeople in St. Paxton.
I'm Stacy, and I play Bellamy.
Hi, I'm Mike Lane, and I play Todd B.
And I'm Steph, and I play Clara Carter.
Hey everybody, this is Fred, and I play Edward.
Hey Mike, what happened last time on Cthulhu and Friends?
I'm so glad you asked. Last time on Cthulhu and Friends. There was some problems.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever Steph introduces herself, it's always like she's introducing herself as the last person, and I'm Steph, and there's nobody else after me, and then I like come in, and it's like awkward. Like, well, I'm Fred, and I'm here to.
No, yours is just like so awesome. It's like,
She's setting
Stop
you up.
it.
yeah.
Stop.
I
Yeah.
think that there should just be a race to be the first one after me, so that there's
Oh.
not an awkward.
Is that an option?
Or
it's always been an option.
Oh,
Or-
damn. That's just going to mess with
we
us.
all wait as long as possible and make it super awkward and let her run the whole podcast by herself, imitating our voices.
Have you guys
Oh,
heard
man.
the podcast Conan O'Brien Needs a Best Friend?
No.
So it's Conan O'Brien, and he's interviewing all of these people that he wants to be his best friend, and he does Tig Notaro, and so they're always like, "Hi, I'm Jon Snow, and I'm excited to be Conan O'Brien's best friend." But one of my favorite comedians, Tig Notaro, who has like the best timing of all time, she was like, "I'm Tig Notaro, and I am." Glad to be Conan O'Brien's friend. And it was the longest and best pause that's ever been in podcast.
Nice.
Like,
That's great.
up. But don't you ever fucking do that to me.
Too late.
Okay.
That's true. Stacy's done it to me like 1,000 times.
That's how I roll.
Anyways, that is a solid endorsement for the show Conan O'Brien Needs a Best Friend. Also, David Tennant does a podcast with is an excellent one as well. If you just want to be listening to David Tennant have conversations with other celebs, which I do,
I mean,
it's excellent.
are there
pretty much.
people who don't?
I don't know. We need to
Okay.
figure that out right away. So we
I don't want to know
far
that.
away from them.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I'm downloading that as we speak.
It's good. It is. I have to say, like, I have a kind of somewhat stressful job, and it's really nice to just listen to his voice, and it really just relaxes me.
Who's David Tennant?
Get out! Kick him out! Kick him out of the podcast! Out! Done. Cannot be here.
That was likely the best timing of any either authentic or inauthentic comment that has ever been in the podcast. So I
Speaking
appreciate
of
that.
good pauses.
Yeah. Okay, so where were we exactly? Like, in what location?
In St.
Where-
Paxton.
True.
We
Hashtag
were
truth.
in the lab,
in
right?
labs.
They came
Yeah,
back
the lab,
to
yeah.
the lab.
Blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah, Todd got us sheets because there weren't like blankets and we're all in shock.
Okay, do we have any game rules that we need to clear up before we go into play?
Wait, so real quick, what happened right before we showed up and
Um,
we're in sheets? It was just us
oh,
coming
the-
back from the well and explaining
well.
everything, correct? Okay.
Yeah,
And you guys
That's
lost
right.
some insanities and stuff.
yeah.
In.
Your
We lost
sanity
the
is not
pillar of
great.
sanity,
Oh,
the innate
yeah.
goodness of mankind.
Oh,
We're
that's right.
ignited. And
Oh,
then,
and then Clara and
yeah,
and
Clara asked
Bellamy.
a really great question.
Yes.
And
Those aren't
Bellamy,
words I would use.
you
but-
know, asked if Bellamy believes her, and Bellamy lied.
She's like,
For the good. For the good.
Yeah. And how many times has she lied to me? I don't even know.
she's not still bitter.
No, not at all. It didn't break my heart in a million pieces. It's okay.
You can't hear it in her
Are you
voice.
jealous of me taking this leadership class? No, not at all.
I always wanted to be in that leadership class. God.
Just a second. I'm trying to pull up the book because
Okay,
I've lost
cool.
my copy that I had.
all right, great. And I have to fart, so I'm going to go ahead and mute.
Well, why not just let her rip like you do with burps, man?
V, you're totally not muted. We just heard that.
It didn't mute like the first 2 times I tried to mute it. Like, what
Don't you hate that?
ass control control itself, and I was just like, "Blah!" Rude, rude as heck.
Okay, I have the book up. We'll see if it actually does me any good.
You know,
I
I
don't-
printed mine out. I went to the print
Oh,
shop
wow.
out by the Brookshires, and I was like, "Can you print this?" And they were like, "Are you allowed?" And I was like, "Yep."
I'm probably gonna do it at FedEx or whatever the hell it is.
Real quick, wasn't there also a thing about like all the names of the children that were missing due to us being gone in the library for like 2 weeks or something like that?
Yes,
Mhm.
those are all in the Google Hangouts, unless Stacy has placed them in another location because she is a good girl.
Wasn't one like
And-
Hannah
Yep,
Montana
I
or
placed
something like
them
that?
elsewhere.
I think she changed
It's
Hannah
John
Montana.
Montana. Was the last one.
Instead of Jon Snow.
Oh, wait, Jon Snow?
Jon Snow and Hannah Montana. It became
If they had
John
a child, it's
Montana.
John Montana.
You know what I
Yeah.
should have done is I should have just named them all after the now dead characters in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Yeah.
I will stick them in
Like
Slack
Jorah
for
the
easy
Explorer.
accessing.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Did I say something? That
Mike
somebody
is
know?
not caught up.
Ah, I forgot. I'm so sorry.
And all
But
of
no,
our listeners
my
are like, what
was,
the fuck?
because that was really good. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's so fun. Okay.
I was gonna start naming so many names too.
Yeah, me too.
Do it.
I'll go back in my heart. I wouldn't have to try.
Okay, I'm good.
I do want to say that after like I think our last session, I've been listening to that song so much. Like, what is it? The girl from
Which song?
Ipanema.
Ah!
Doom, doom, doom. It's so relaxing, is it not?
Oh god,
Yeah. Good one.
So just to recap, Mike, you and I won't say that these are like shattered, right? Like these are shattered, all this stuff, but you know, whatever rules and stuff. But Todd's belief that physical laws and the reality of scientific knowledge, that's one of his pillars that is kind of crumbling, and the innate goodness of mankind is crumbling before Steph and Fredward.
And
Yeah. And Bellamy is one of my sources of stability.
Yeah.
oh,
And you
yeah.
know
Bellamy
who's
is one of
not
those
crumbling or suffering? Ooh, it's me.
Mm,
Oh, but you know what
that's
though?
nice.
You know what though? I done got a plan.
No.
Okay, so no questions on rules.
I just want to refer back to Stacy's character's ability to provide stability, right? If she uses psychoanalysis in some form, she's able to possibly support.
Yes. That
Yeah.
sounds like I'm gonna need my
Add-
rule book for this
Add
episode.
stability points.
I know.
I had the page
Steph
number.
put it in
Hold on.
Slack.
It's page 79 in the book.
I like how you're super prepared.
I'm prepared with that one thing.
Paragraph 2, sentence 3 specifically states that psychoanalysis will allow me to gain my stability
I
back.
feel like that's how it was in the Slack.
Well, that too. But also, Claire is really broken, and she might need this.
I don't think
I'm
Claire
prepared.
wants anything to do with Belle right now.
No,
True.
But
she's not
Someday-
gonna want that help or think she needs that help. But Stephanie
Someday.
knows it's available if it happens to come up.
Can spend points from that pool to help another refresh spent stability points. The spender may take no other action and must make a difficulty 4 psychoanalysis test.
What page? Like
79.
In the book?
79.
Like it says
Yeah.
79 on the bottom of that page.
Yes.
Yes.
It's refreshing stability during a session.
No, that's not 79 on the actual like page.
Yeah.
That's maybe
It is.
79 on the PDF.
No, it's
Mm.
80
No,
on the
it's
PDF
on-
and 79 on the page.
Yeah. Are you looking at the full version or the mini version?
I don't know. The one I had printed.
Hold on. Let me look at
Is
the.
it 5 million pages?
Mine says this way lies madness.
So there's not even 79 pages on the condensed. So
Thank you. Thank you. That's.
This way
It's-
lies madness. I don't know what the hell you looking
Hold
at.
on. Let me...
Can you tell me what chapter you're in? Chapter 5?
It's the chapter with like mental illness and
It is
sanity
the chapter
loss.
called Clues, Tests, and Contests,
Okay. Well,
which
That's
is like
not-
chapter 2.
chapter.
I mean, if you just
2?
press like Control F, you could just do like a search function.
These are really long chapters.
Chapter 2 is creating pulp heroes.
Okay, you had a different thing printed.
Oh, you know what?
Is that maybe the like book
The
that we weren't
mutant-
allowed to read?
in Pulp Cthulhu.
I mean, that'll do it.
Well,
Yeah. You're in the same
No
book.
wonder
It's
this
page
game
79.
hasn't made any sense.
Oh no.
We're like running 3 different systems.
there it is. Trail of Cthulhu.
Oh,
Guys,
there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that I didn't know was possible.
Yeah, I
Multiply
didn't.
it by 5, divide it by 2.
Shut your freaking mouth. Refreshing stability during a sanity session. Yes, yes, yes. It's all here.
What are
Oh
these?
yeah, on page
The
79.
keeper may rule that some rules and elements are simply not allowed in her games. No. We didn't read that. That's not a thing.
Why did
Yeah,
you read that?
I read
out
that's
loud?
that was the first and only rule that I ever needed.
I wanted to know what the stupid symbol meant. But it's on the confidence one, not on the psychological triage.
Yeah, I was looking at psychological triage.
An investigator with psychoanalysis ability can spend points from that pool to help another refresh spent stability points. The spender may. Oh, yeah. Did you take any stability damage? I think you did.
I did.
I think multiple.
I mean, I've taken a hell of a lot, but I took one last session to be
Yeah.
specific.
And I'm an alienist, so I only have to spend 1 point.
I know I've lost
Okay.
a stability.
Yeah.
Lost one.
I'm the only one who
Yes.
hasn't.
You haven't lost any stability?
No, I said I
No.
lost one.
You lost. No, Stace.
I got
you-
it back. Remember
Oh.
when we did the refresh? I'm the only one who got it back.
Oh my
that's
God.
funny.
Okay, so right now, each of you are missing a stability point. Okay.
Plus, but at least.
But
Um,
see, somebody
Shh.
Except for Stacy.
somebody has the bad luck trait. So if they just take a nosedive into madness, it actually helps.
Yeah.
Oh. If an investigator is acting in an erratic manner due to mental illness, another investigator can spend psychoanalysis 1 point, blah, 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 to snap him out of the state of temporary lucidity. As in the previous case, the spender must make a psychoanalysis test. The target will then act rationally for the remainder of the current scene or until he suffers another stability loss.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't listening. Can you say all of that again?
Nope.
I was reading something really important.
This wasn't important. I was just musing over the fact that
Aha.
I can fix them in the middle of an actual scene for
Yeah.
just that scene.
Yes. Now, okay,
Okay.
so it's only for this scene, right?
That part is
That when you fix them and you're restoring their stability, it only works during that scene, right?
No, there's 2 different ways, and the
Yeah.
one she just read
Yeah.
is for a specific scene, but there is another way to like completely restore one stability
Okay.
point.
I do want to tell you all as well that we do not just refresh between adventures because we use sources of stability. So each of you gave me 3 names of people that you need to be around in order to be stable. After an adventure, you can spend calm, undisturbed quality time with your sources, allowing you to forget the shadowy world of the mythos for a moment. It says keepers who wish to add a soap opera element to their campaigns, in which the investigators must balance the everyday pressures of their ordinary life against their activities as convert battlers of the supernatural, can complicate this process. In this campaign type, the investigators must work to keep their support networks intact. Huh.
Ugh.
I think I might have read that before.
So, what if two of my stability sources are not on the island?
Listen up, Buttercup.
Send them a invite.
I have to.
Can one's like stability person change mid campaign? Like, do you have to? Do you
Well,
know
no,
what
I
I'm
think that's
saying?
a valid question because, like, our relationships are changing
Sure.
as we go.
Your relationships are absolutely changing. I absolutely think that that is a thing that you can do, but let's make sure that as we're playing the campaign, the person or entity that you are making that connection to, that you're really role playing that, and then we can do that in kind of a gamekeeping thing, like, hey, I'm switching out this source for this
Got it.
one because of whatever. That way, it really does. The listener has the fullness of your character.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I think that makes a lot of sense.
We should probably just keep notes of like some potential backups,
Mm-hmm.
just so that we keep that in mind.
Well, especially with kind of like the island kind of being, our final destination. Like, there isn't
Mhm.
probably a plan of us leaving. You might want to shift one through
Yeah.
game and mechanics and have somebody nearby. I lucked out because Leo is here, as well as somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think you are literally oh no. Okay. Mike, you don't have any
Don't have any what?
sources of stability on this island. We'll have to put one on there for you.
Well, I was just assuming in the case of need, one of them would show up. I mean, they could be here. It's not like we went and looked.
Well, that's generous of you.
Mike,
would
how
take
long
it
have you been
on.
playing games with V? I mean, come on, man.
And you do have the bad luck thing.
I'd be like, oh,
It-
wait, none of mine are here. Bad luck, right? So I get +1 stability.
If my DM style were condensed down to 3 emojis, it would be like fire, a skull, and like a shrug emoji.
Nice.
Pretty much.
I like it.
Okay. So we all clear on a game?
Oh, mostly, yeah.
Yeah, clear
right.
for the moment.
Cool. As we kind of get a little further on in the campaign, I think it might be helpful to do that like at the top of the first episode that we record. Just so you guys have time after the full session to really like think about, oh, okay, what about this particular rule, and we can take care of all of that. And it really lets the listener understand that we are actually playing a game.
We are?
I mean, I am.
Oh.
I'd like to bring our attention to page 81, center column, head games.
Oh,
Closed my book.
that doesn't sound good.
Well,
Just
guess
kidding.
what? That's the game I'm playing.
JK.
Okay. Clara,
Yes.
as you're sitting there going through all of these memories and instances wherein you feel like maybe the words that Bellamy would say, the condolences, maybe even the tight hug around the shoulders, was any of that real or authentic? And you hear this click and this rumble as the air conditioning, no, it's pretty cold. You hear this click and this rumbling as the furnace turns on, and you feel this warm air just kind of flowing over your shoulders.
So the last thing Bellamy had said was that, yes, she absolutely believes me. So I'm not looking at her. I'm just going to say, okay. Well, I'm glad we've cleared that up then. Good to know where we stand. We need to find Nighthawk. She's in danger. I don't know what we saw or what you all think we saw, but we need to find her.
We know where Nighthawk is, right? Because she told us, yes, the library. That's right. She told us that she was going to the library.
I'm glad somebody
Uh,
keeps notes.
Yeah. Let's we can go check the library and then later we can make some calls.
Let's just start with the library. We have to find her, and honestly, we need to do some research. I mean, maybe there's something in the library about where these plants came from. If we can learn more about their origin, maybe we can learn how to do something about it.
Yeah, and let's remember to check our watches.
Yes, definitely.
Or one of us should just stay out so that they can go in and get the others, or two of us.
Unless inside 3 weeks passes and then they step in and they're like, what's happening? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we should stick together so we can all see the research together.
It would just be really bad to lose another 3 weeks in the middle of everything going on.
Yeah, I know. And we haven't. Beatrice was gonna set up somebody else to be able to sign the manifests. We haven't been able to do that yet, but we'll keep an eye on our watches, maybe.
Maybe we
I
should
don't know
make a
that.
note of that for Patty.
I mean, Patty would be a good person, honestly, to have as a backup. And Darius said he trusted her. If he trusted her, I trust Darius.
Yeah, I think maybe we should make that proclamation before we set foot in the library. I don't want another 24 kids to go missing.
Could we authorize somebody else to maybe sign in our place so that another manifest doesn't go without being taken care of? Maybe
E-
Patty?
Yeah, Beatrice said she was going to whip up some kind of form for us to authorize that. She said she'd meet us on Monday with that. What day of the week is it right now?
It's Saturday.
I don't. Maybe we can check her office, see if she's in. If we can do it now instead of waiting.
Well, we probably have Darius's Darius's mayor seal in the office. We could always just write something out, stamp it, and hand it to her, just to be on the safe side.
And there's probably letterhead too, so it would kind of make it official, right?
I just don't want to mess with kind of official for this.
Well, it's
Like,
better than nothing, is all I'm saying.
right, but if they sign it but they're not authorized to sign it, is it going to be as good as nobody signing it? I don't know. Maybe we should check for Beatrice first, and if she's not there, then we can go with Plan B and try to authorize it ourselves. I'm gonna stand up. Oh,
Remind me really fast, because you guys were really muddy and wet, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you two want to get changed first?
I really want to get to Nighthawk. And we look awful, I'm sure, but I'm just so worried about her.
Clara jumps off of the lab table and onto the floor. You hear her shoes squeak on the tile.
Like, we need to do something now. We can't just sit around debating.
Okay, yeah. Let's go.
Okay. And I'll walk out towards Beatrice's office.
Okay, you get to Beatrice's office. It is locked.
Well, plan B then. Should we go up to the mayor's office and see
You
if we
have a
can...
master key for this office.
Oh.
Should you want to get into what might be an unoccupied office. Probably is an unoccupied office.
I mean, she might have drafted up the paperwork already.
Didn't
it's
she
in
leave
there?
right after talking to us?
Did she? I don't remember.
You saw her leave, but you don't know what she's done since then.
I mean, maybe she comes in on Saturdays.
Yeah, she does seem the type.
I don't know. Let's just take a look. If the paperwork's here, then that's one less step.
Okay.
And we each have a key, right?
Just you.
Oh, okay. I will pull out my keys and unlock the office and open the door. And I will flick on the light and see if there's any papers sitting around on the top of her desk.
There are several documents, none of which are legible to you. It's all symbols and scrawlings that you don't quite understand. It does, however, look like some sort of legal document to you. It looks like it's in chunks of block text, but instead of having, actual text that you can read, it's just a lot of shapes. But you do see at the very bottom of most of these pieces of paper, or parchment rather, is this embossed M.
Does the M... was there anything we saw with Beatrice's initials on it? Or like her card or something?
She
Does it
introduced
match?
Yes.
herself as Beatrice
Okay.
Mason.
And her briefcase or her
Okay.
bag, right?
Okay,
Yes.
so does that M match the same stylings of like her
It-
briefcase or...
Yes, it does.
Okay. Huh. Well, what do you guys make of this? I mean, it looks like some sort of official document.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Are there any, V, are there any documents that have regular English?
There are. They just seem to be pretty mundane to you. Water, sewer. You do, in fact, see that she has reviewed the contract for the landscapers.
I would like to roll cryptography on the hieroglyphic documents.
Okay. You will need a 5 or higher.
Oh boy.
I have points in that skill.
Oh well. I was like, probably nobody has this.
I was looking it up in the book.
I
You
got a
reveal
3.
there are emojis.
You aren't able to decipher the full text, and it's not as though you have the capacity to read everything that was there, but you do understand that there is one line that talks about blood witches. And you notice that the symbol that you sort of deciphered in the blood witches matches some notes and some little markings that she's made on the sewers. So she has these, I guess you would call them blueprints of the sewers that are underneath St. Paxton. And she has these little symbols there.
Guys, I'm really not making sense of this. This line says something about blood witches, and then look at this document. Right over here. Do you see this? She made kind of the same symbol. I don't know. I could just be kind of off.
That's odd. Is the document about the sewers, is it a map or is it just talking about the sewers?
So it seems like it's half plans, half maps. So you wouldn't quite know if that's already established or built. You're not quite sure. And then it could be that some of these are maybe just caves and tunnels as well, but it just seems to be some underground system for sure, whether it's planned or existing.
And is there any kind of address on the map? Like, would we be able to locate where the well was on that map?
Yes. So right where the well that you guys were at, it's in a district that she has sort of highlighted with a big purple square. And underneath it, she's written Red Hook.
You know, I'm really not liking blood witch in reference to the things that we just found out about these plants.
Well, it could be related.
I mean, if we had more time, I could probably piece at least some of this together properly,
you-
but
Want to maybe take one of them?
I could take a picture of one.
Oh, that's
pictures would be
way
good,
smarter.
Yeah.
actually. If we can get just a couple of shots of a few different pages with the stuff on it, then I'll have more to compare and figure out.
Sure. And I'll lay out some of the pages and take pictures of them so that we have different views of as many of them as possible.
Quick sidebar: is it like a Polaroid camera, or would you have to develop that film?
I have to get it developed. There's also pictures of Carol Becker's corpse.
Wasn't
Hmm.
there
camera.
a photography thing in the mansion? Or I remember someplace that we went on the island had a place to develop that.
I think
I could
There-
have sworn. I don't know.
Uh,
It might even be here in the police station. I mean,
Oh, maybe it was.
it wouldn't go without, saying that a police station could possibly have that for evidence
work
collection.
the room at the mansion as well, since we get to make our own rooms.
Yeah.
And it was catered to each of us, too.
So you have one at both. So there is an official one here at the police station. There's also a small one in the mansion as well.
Okay.
So I don't know if we'll have time to develop the pictures. Should we just take the plans, the blueprints with us? I mean,
Mm,
I'm pretty sure Beatrice will be fine.
no, she would not. I mean, we are in her office, and she was very adamant that we are not over her. Well, Claire is not over her, and Claire is not her boss, and that she is her own separate thing. I highly doubt that she would be very happy with us if she turned up now and saw that we were in her stuff.
And I'm sorry, but what is she going to do? We're trying to find these children and stop what's going on here. Like, I don't know if we really need to be worried about her right now. We need to do what's best for us, and we need to get to Nighthawk.
Yeah.
Keeping these prints on us, maybe having the librarian look at him, she might be able to help us understand what it is that we're looking at.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, we can always come back and return it.
So Beatrice is now a suspect. Because by taking
Well-
these, that's kind of what you're saying. I mean, blood witches may not even be related to the missing children. It's just something that we're curious about that we want to look into.
Well,
And we have the pictures. They don't have to be developed now.
I
We can
mean,
do it when we get back to the house.
she is looking into the same things. It could be related.
Right,
I mean,
but she
it's
could
not that
share
we're
those
necessarily
with us.
doing anything wrong. We're just noticed it in looking for something, and we were already headed to the library.
You hear the sound of heels walking down the hallway.
Looks like we're going to find out. And I step out into the hall.
You see Beatrice there, and she looks at you quizzically. What are you doing in my office?
We came looking for you in hopes that you had drawn up the paperwork to have somebody else authorized to sign the things for the boat, and you weren't in there, so we were just leaving.
She closes her eyes and pulls a small envelope from in between her side and her arm, and she goes, I have them here. Is Clara here?
She is, actually. Clara, Beatrice is out here.
Oh, good timing. I'll walk out.
That's okay. Come inside.
Oh, thanks. You have the documents?
Yes, just your signature here.
Oh, that's great. We're gonna go to the library and didn't want to disappear for a few weeks.
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking Patty would be a good person to authorize to sign the manifests.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyone else?
one other thing, Beatrice. We ran into Nighthawk, and she was on her way. She said she was doing an important errand for you, but we did kind of grab her and send her to help us with a thing. I apologize for any inconvenience.
Of course. It's not a problem. So, just Patty then.
I feel like one person isn't enough.
I mean, I don't. We could authorize you, Beatrice. I don't know.
That would be fine.
Would that be okay?
Of course.
I mean, I don't really know who here to trust and who to put this responsibility on. So I don't want to.
Well, it's always good to have at least 3. Well, for lack of knowing more people, my only other suggestion might be my sister. She's a well-respected physician.
Your sister lives here too?
Yes, you met her.
We did?
Tess?
No,
Oh,
not Tess. She
Who-
was the doctor that came and helped me when I first met you. Her name is Mary.
real quick, just as a sidebar, did somebody come? I don't
I don't
believe they
I
No.
thought
did.
she
I
gave
believe
the person
you
an
got a
injection.
And there was a
yeah.
phone call.
There was a phone call.
Right. But this is the person that would have come and helped with the body and all of this good
Afterwards,
stuff.
maybe.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not just forgetting.
So we're like, oh
We
shit, it's changing
legitimately
again.
have not met her, right?
You have not met her.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought she was going to
I'm-
say Oprah for a minute.
I was waiting for that.
We trust Oprah.
I just feel so much better about things.
I mean, you could name Oprah.
I don't think I would put that responsibility on a stranger, though.
James Vanderbeek?
No, see, I was going to suggest Leo, but then I was like, I wouldn't do that
Yeah.
because that responsibility I wouldn't want to offload on him.
Yeah,
So
Leo crossed my mind the same way.
So,
Yeah,
any
if I mean,
objections? Oh, my tummy just rumbled. Sorry. Any objections?
I'm assuming you trust your sister completely, and you're okay with putting this responsibility on her.
With my life.
Sure, then you and your sister and Patty seems like a good
Great.
backup system.
Of course. She puts the names into the blank spaces. There is room for a few more, had you named more names. And she hands the pen to you.
Prior to Clara signing, I want to read what's on this document.
Sure. So how do you go about that?
I mean, I think has the paper been on a table ready to be signed on the entire time? I think I'm
Yes.
just
Uh-huh.
quickly scanning, maybe skimming, but I just want to make sure that this document is legitimate and she's not signing over her mayoral powers or signing something else.
Sure. So the document goes over several instances wherein an alternate signature may be required for anything in St. Paxton. So not just the manifests, but if someone were to need an emergency helicopter flight out or any number of things. But it just seems to be the manifests plus some additional authority. It does not revoke her mayoral rights, and she is, of course, the ultimate signer. But it doesn't actually name Clara, it names the mayor.
Okay. So, Beatrice, I'm just looking over this right now. I just want to confirm this is not just about the manifest. It looks like there are some other
Sure.
things on here that you haven't mentioned yet.
Yes, of course. So, should there be an emergency, this does give the signers the authority to act as a mayor pro tem, should there arise a need. That's why it's extraordinarily important that we name people that are trustworthy and not just anyone.
Well,
People that are invested in the security of St. Paxton and people that Darius, of course, trusted.
Well, the Magistrate of Justice, well-respected physician, and Patty. I don't think. I mean, we don't really know Mary, but I don't think those people would be worrisome to have this ability.
And of course, you can always take any of these names off at any given time.
Right. I feel like, I
Clara,
mean, Darius trusted Patty and you.
Mm-hmm.
Clara, what about the rest of us?
Oh, I just kind of assumed we'd be together. Yeah, I'm
That's a
absolutely. We
wonderful
can
idea.
we can add all of you guys in case we're separated or something.
And so Beatrice picks up the pen and scribbles in all of your names really quickly. Well, now that seems like a solid group.
All right. Any other questions before I sign, you guys? Think this is a solid plan?
Yeah, seems good.
Okay. And I will sign each form.
Okay. You do so. And as you're bent over and signing, you hear this like sound coming from Bellamy's stomach.
You okay, Bells?
Just a little hungry. It's fine.
Bellamy, you have this feeling like there's just this huge bubble in your stomach. Like you probably need to release some gas or something, but it definitely feels crampy.
I'll be right back. And I will turn around and head for the public restroom.
Okay. You get into the restroom. Nope, no problem.
I check all of the stalls
No one's in there.
and I let her rip.
Okay. Let her rip, Tater Chip.
Whether it's whatever type of gas it is, I try to do it gently in case anybody's listening down the hall or whatever, but I definitely don't want to hold the gas in.
Yeah, so you do this and nothing really comes out.
Is it like a constant pain or?
It just kind of comes and goes. Like since you've stepped into the bathroom, I mean, it hasn't even hurt at all.
Of course. Oh, this is not the time for stomach troubles. I will go over to the sink and let the water run and then splash some on my face. Just kind of hang out over the sink and then stare up at my face as I reach for a paper towel to dry it off.
You do that, you feel a lot better.
I will toss the paper towel and head back to the group.
Okay. You're all back in the hall, and Beatrice has left the building, unless you have anything else you want to say or ask her about.
Oh, hey, Beatrice, one other thing.
Yeah.
Kind of a side project, when we have the time. We've been meaning to look up who Nighthawk's parents were.
Mm.
She's been inquiring about them, and we just, unfortunately, with everything else going on, we haven't had the time to really devote anything to it. But if you do get a chance and could maybe start on that for us or for her, I'm sure she would be greatly appreciative.
Of course.
Thank you.
I have a certain affinity for Nighthawk, as though we were related.
Hmm.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thanks for your help with the paperwork.
And she walks out of the building.
Okay, now can we go to the library and look for Nighthawk?
Yes.
Right,
I
let's
will
go.
make sure Beatrice's office is locked.
Okay.
All right.
It doesn't
lead the
take you
way.
very long.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just awkward pause, try to fill it up.
It doesn't take you very long to get to the library. Which library are you going to?
The
It's
one with
the-
Were
Ezra.
there multiple? Yeah, the Ezra one.
There's one at
Ah,
Mel Sato
okay.
Lago too.
Yeah, not that one.
Okay.
I will
So-
check my watch before we go in.
Sure. You check your watch.
As we walk in, I'm gonna hang back and say, I'm not really feeling too great, guys. I'm just gonna stay out here while you guys go in and look for Nighthawk, and I'll keep an eye out for her out here, and then I'll come get you guys if you're not back in like 20 minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. And I will lead the way in the library.
You walk into the library and you see books scattered everywhere. It looks as though someone has very quickly taken most of the books off of the shelves and have them open. As you kind of quickly rush around, you'll see that most of them are pictures of someone. And you see like a familiar nose, similarly spaced eyes, kind of a crooked smile.
Are we able to tell who it is?
It kind of looks like that boy from the band. It also kind of looks like Nighthawk.
Does it
Welcome
look
back.
like... Oh, sorry. Does it look like the boy Edward and I saw down in the well?
Kind of.
Okay.
Just for clarification, when you say the boy from the band, is this in reference to the child that we saw like towards the beginning of our adventure on St. Paxton?
Yes, he was
Okay.
in the marching band.
Got it. I look around. Is Ezra anywhere nearby?
She has snuck up right behind you. Welcome back.
Oh,
Ezra, you're quite stealthy for an
She
older
just
woman.
looks at you.
what?
Just
What does that
blank
mean?
stare. Thank you.
My pleasure. Do you have a moment? I want you to look at something.
Of course.
I push some of the books off to the side, clear a little space, and then I roll out a map and I say, "What do you make of this?"
Mm. This looks like perhaps the old escape tunnels for the Blood Witches.
Blood witches.
Well,
What?
Escape
What?
tunnels?
Inhabitants of the island.
Why are they called blood witches?
Likely just myth.
But they had tunnels.
Wouldn't you? And Ezra leans in and kind of captures your attention as she tells you a story about 3 women who used to live on St. Paxton, how they worshipped a god named Mormo. And they had these really beautiful dresses, but on the inside of the fold there was a large moth that they would take the time to hand embroider. They were very peaceful and very helpful, but for some reason they were persecuted, and people told stories about how the moth ladies would steal your children and drink their blood. And that's how they stayed so youthful. And so, the moth women, they had tunnels dug for them so that should their house ever be attacked, they had a way to escape.
Do you know where their house lies on the island or would have lied?
The house is long gone, but it is in a small manor named the Red Hook.
Whoa. Red Hook like this, and I'll point on the map.
Yes. It looks as though that's the entry.
And these witches, these ladies are gone too, right?
I would assume so.
But the tunnel's still there.
Tunnels typically last longer than people.
Well, right. But I mean, we went down in it. That was where Edward and I went.
Did you lose anything there?
I don't know if I'd say that, but it was a crazy experience.
As I understand it, they probably lost restful sleep for the next few nights.
No. Yeah, you can say that. What happened to your library? By the way, there's books everywhere.
It was attacked by birds.
Oh, shit.
Wait,
It's just lie here.
Birds knock the books down and open these pages, or
Oh.
I think so.
Is Nighthawk here?
There was a person here earlier named Nighthawk.
Is she still here?
I'm just an old woman. I don't really get around so quickly. But yes.
Yes, she's still here.
I think so.
Ezra, one other quick question. The last time we were in here, 3 weeks passed by on the outside. Do you know why that would have happened?
You were here for a very, very long time. Don't you remember?
No.
It didn't seem very long to us.
I've been told I'm wonderful company.
but Ezra, we're talking like 3 weeks.
We
I'm
didn't
talking
leave to
really
eat.
good company. You did eat, remember? I made your favorites for you.
I don't remember that.
Where did you make our favorites?
In my kitchen.
You have a kitchen? In the library?
You have
This kitchen-
crab?
No, not in the library, in my loft up above.
Oh. I don't remember that.
Well,
I'm sorry.
so
that you
what's
lost
our
track.
favorites then?
She names off your favorite dishes.
I would
Whoa.
like to assess honesty.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay. So you definitely would have passed my 3. You absolutely believe that she is telling you the truth, that you were in here for 3 weeks' time. The physical laws and the reality of scientific knowledge crumble further for you, Todd. And you take 1 point from your stability.
Guys, how does this make any sense? Like, I don't even remember going to sleep. I mean,
I
You
don't.
slept there, remember?
Oh.
And as she points to this small little, like, sofa, you remember it being very plush and comfortable, but you don't remember sitting there or even laying there. So it's weird, right?
You know, I think we've had memories before that we've forgotten. So maybe this is just more of that.
She kind of sweeps her hand and points to all of the books detailing your histories.
Yeah, like all of that we've forgotten.
Remember, you spoke extensively about your wedding, your plans to get married, what that must have felt like.
wait,
Uh,
what?
yeah.
And so many tears.
I'm not getting married.
Well, time
As-
is a terrible thing to lose track of.
Yeah, it really is. One more question for you, unrelated to that. Do you have any books or information on the history of the plants on this island? Specifically, there's some plants that are highly invasive and dangerous.
Seem to suck blood out of people.
Yeah, those ones.
And that seems more like the Blood Witch myth.
Do you have a book about Blood Witch myths?
She pulls from the shelf a book, The Legend of the Blood Witches.
Can we check this out? Because I don't want to spend 3 more weeks here,
Of course.
despite your amazing hospitality.
And great company.
Outside. Bellamy, you take a seat on the steps, and your stomach is just in straight up pain. Just really twisting and turning. And then you feel this like wiggle. Not like gas, but something inside of you. It's in the very, very lowest part of your stomach.
Comically, Belle thinks, I can't be pregnant. Um, okay, so I feel like something is in my lower stomach
Mm-hmm.
and is moving.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm doubled over, like pressing my arms to my stomach. Nope, I do not feel that. That's not happening. That's not a thing. I am very sick. I need to go to the bathroom, and I will walk over behind a bush.
As you stand up, your vision gets narrow and blurry. You have tunnel vision, and you sort of stumble over into the bushes, and you hear like feet just pop, 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 coming your direction, but you can't quite see anything because everything is just foggy and you are blinded in pain. And you're just about to fall into the bushes, and a hand grasps you. You okay?
Nope. I have no idea what's wrong, but I am in so much pain. Oh, gods.
Let's get you to the clinic.
Yep.
And Tess wraps your arm around her neck, and she very quickly whisks you away.
My friends in the library.
Who were relying on you to check on the
Yeah.
time.
God damn it, Bells.
This is
I'm letting me
great for
down
Belle and
again.
Clara. Fuck!
Oh no! Oh.
Bellamy, the pace at which Tess is running and kind of just hoisting you up, your feet are dragging, and you occasionally will just twinge in pain, yelling, and you feel this like wetness all over your body as your entire body just begins to shake, and you're covered in this like sweaty film. It's gonna be all right, honey. We're almost there. And then everything goes dark for you. Sorry, there's a car next to me. I wasn't making a dramatic pause.
Sure. I didn't eat the fucking cranch. So it's not
I
the
know,
cranch.
it's coming out of you.
No!
No, no.
Oh, I thought it was Tess like knocked her up or something through the makeout session.
You hear as someone tugs on the string of a light, and the light swings back and forth. And you think, wasn't I here before? And you smell something familiar. It smells like that fertilizer. That special compound. And you realize that you're not in a hospital. You're not in a shed. I'm sorry. You're not in a hospital. You're in a shed. And in the corner, you see a big ball of fiery red hair. And Tessa's eyes are bulging. She has duct tape wrapped around her mouth and head. And she is suspended on some sort of like rope from the ceiling. And you watch as this form that was Tess walks over to you, and you feel this cold hand slide over you, and it takes its thumb and it rubs over your lips. Cool, almost comforting and smooth. And then it puts its hand over your mouth. The light swings back and forth, obscuring you from seeing who this could be. And then you feel something similar to whatever it is that's in your stomach coming out of the palm of their hand and slipping into your mouth. And then their hand just presses against your jaw in a way that you feel like my entire jaw is going to snap off if you push any harder. And then it plugs your nose. Back in the library. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Who?
Nighthawk, is she still here?
She's in the back. Please pick up after your friend. I'm old. Very old.
I'll pick up all the books. Do you guys want to go grab Nighthawk real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to get to her as soon as possible. Let's go.
I start picking up the books and I wait until Clara and Todd leave the room. And then I look back at Ezra and I go, "Hey, Ezra,
Yes, young man.
how many times have we had this conversation?"
Me and you? Or me and all of us?
"No, me and you."
This one we're having now, or the one that we had before?
This specific one.
Maybe 3.
I shake
Different every time, Edward. It's not the same. It's similar.
Every time, do Clara and I, do we get
Romantically entwined?
Yeah.
No. Sometimes you're just friends. That's the one singular thing that's always the same between the 4 of you. You always remain friends. Also, there's something new this time. It's like we used to listen to those same records over and over again. And then we bought the same album on a compact disc. And it was the same song, but there was something else. There's something different going on here. The island feels crowded. Don't you agree, Edward? Don't you feel like too many people are here? Too many questions, too many things all at once. The tranquil life we love is nowhere to be found.
I guess. What do I need to be doing, Ezra? Like, I need you to help me. I feel lost. Is there anything you can help me with? Like these symbols, the necklaces. What is this?
These belong to the Blood Witches. Something on this island is awakened. Brought back old followers, old worshippers. There were no gods, and now there are many gods. And I feel their presence all around me. I don't remember much of how I came to be here. But I have a sneaking suspicion that perhaps I'm one of the newcomers.
I'm not sure what all that means, but I appreciate our talks.
She pulls out a small key from in between her breasts, and she hands it to you. I'm losing this key now. It's lost to me forever. I won't wish to find it again until I don't see you. And she places it into your hand. Do you like ice cream?
Yes?
Good.
I look down at the key and I look back at her. And then I just go back to cleaning the room and I join back up with everybody else.
You guys find Nighthawk in the very back corner. Hello everyone. Welcome to the St. Paxton Library. I'm so excited that you've met me here and that everyone is here to help me. Just so you know, I might not be good right now. I might be bad. I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know, really. I just know that I can't be trusted. Look at all the times that I've failed before.
Are you feeling okay?
No, I'm not feeling good at all. In fact, I'm feeling terrible.
Nighthawk, I hate to say it, but I'm not entirely sure that you should trust what you read in this library.
Do you think this is the fiction section?
I'm just saying it's a bit crazy.
I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
No, the library's crazy.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's good to be here.
I want to go home.
Yeah, actually that's why we came to get you. We're really worried about you, and we want you to come back to the house with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stick with us for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We can look out for each other, right?
I don't feel like I could really look out for much of anybody.
Well, it's okay.
That's
You've looked
okay.
out for us plenty of times. Now let us look out for you.
Yeah, it's our turn.
Sorry to be such a wet blanket, everybody.
No, you're fine.
Coming to terms with the fact that perhaps I've lived my life like 1,000 times before, and maybe in some of those lives I wasn't the cool girl that I am now, and I may have been like probably a really cool guy, but like, I don't know. Who knows even? I don't know. Well, anyways.
I've read some confusing books with other me's in it too, so.
Yeah,
But hey, at least you didn't disappear for 3 weeks.
that's fair.
Right?
That was extremely rude of you.
I glanced nervously at my watch.
Your watch checks out. You guys have been in here for about 17 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Did
But
you
really-
see? Did you
But
see
really,
the
did I see
birds?
what?
The birds that came through here.
That's a new thing. Apparently, I can shoot birds out of my face.
Out of your face?
What?
Is this
It
a
just
metaphor?
started happening in here. No, I mean I won't do it now, but
Okay, like you
Should I be
literally
worried?
shot birds.
When you're looking at me,
Nighthawk like really raises her eyebrows and widens her eyes.
I kind of act like I'm going to quickly duck.
And she like jolts at you.
I flinch.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so like I think that like maybe they all just like come out of my face and then they go and do like missions and cool stuff and they come back and I'm me again.
So you're like
Cool, I
the mother of
Oh.
birds or something?
Oh my god, were they crows? You're literally Nighthawk and the crows?
Maybe.
How cool
Anyways,
is that?
who's in the mood to make me a grilled cheese sandwich?
Bellamy would probably love to do that.
Yeah, I don't
She
think you
makes
want
the
my
best.
grilled cheese sandwiches.
Clara could paint you one.
I could
It would
certainly
look
do
good enough
that.
to eat.
Yeah, but you
I'd
don't want me to
like it.
cook you one.
I'd like it for sure.
Oh, it probably wouldn't taste good.
I'd still do it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're okay. Or, you know,
Nighthawk wraps
here.
her arms around your neck.
I'll give her a big squeeze back.
Well, that was fun. Okay.
Okay,
All right, let's go get Edward and grab Bellamy and get home.
Edward
Yes.
is like right behind you.
Oh,
And
okay.
you like turn around abruptly and there he is.
Speak of the ripped ab man himself. Ready to go?
Yeah, no, I'm ready. You guys found Nighthawk?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Hi, Nighthawk.
Hey.
Be careful. She shoots birds out of her face now.
Nighthawk jumps up on your back for like a piggyback ride.
It's true.
What?
I won't do it.
Yeah.
I
That's her
can't.
superpower,
Like,
apparently.
like some people can't cry on command. I can't make birds come out of my face on command.
I mean, that's fair. Nobody would expect you to, right?
I don't know what's going on, but I
Same.
think it's time for us to leave this library.
Yeah, let's go get Bells and head back to Malsada Lago and get cleaned up.
And get some crab cheese sandwiches.
Oh, that's
I'd try that.
They're so good. Come on, I'll make you one.
Excellent. You open the door, and Bellamy's just sitting on the front porch. Bellamy.
Oh, hey, Bells.
Is it actually me?
Yeah, just
Oh, okay.
act as normal.
I'm like, what? Hey, damn, right on time.
And that's what
Feeling
we're
any-
gonna call it.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Did she eat a planimal? I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
Guess what? That's not really her, stupids.
What?
Who
Rude.
am I?
Oh, God, I just don't like the idea of like something being shoved into my throat and it's like.
Very. I don't.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
In Alan's shed? Yeah, me neither.
I'm pretty sure that was Sam. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Probably.
Wow.
Sam was very nice, okay?
Exactly, like serial
He
killers
likes
are.
art.
No.
He was really in touch with his emotions.
Ugh,
That really doesn't mean anything,
what?
but
I don't know. I know what that means. I don't know anything about being in touch with emotions.
I wouldn't stop talking about them right now. Did everyone have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I got a thing shoved down my freaking throat. But other than that, sure.
see, Bells, see what it was your pride talking about how you didn't lose any stability.
Ah, we do.
So what you're saying is I fucked up. I fucked up big time.
But really, I'm terrified of the idea of Bellamy's evil twin because I mean, really.
I can finally stab for science.
Oh,
no, you can't.
we also have, I mean, obviously our players, or excuse me, our characters aren't going to know about it, but there's literally like a doppelganger or a shapeshifter. That's going to be interesting to not think about when we play
Yeah.
So,
All right. So thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Cthulhu and Friends. We'll see you next time. And Mike,
What?
you can go ahead and do your goddamn Patreons right now.
Oh, right now?
Oh, but first we should stop this recording, right, and save
I don't care.
Probably.
I thought.
and
are
turn
we-
off the streamies.
Yeah, we should turn off the stream.
Stop in the name of.
So we are stopping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I already
Yeah.
stopped.
Bye,
Okay, 'cause I
stream.
stopped.